Well, hello there and welcome to the living room floor of the dollhouse for another reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays by Gary Goldschneider and Joost. Now, why are we on the living room floor, the facade of a dollhouse? Well, my friends, as it happens, the wheel of the zodiac has shifted ever so slightly and taken us from the Aries zodiac sign on into Taurus. So we're down here on the floor to get down to the foundation, find out what that's all about. All right, so let's dive in a little bit of the breakdown and some particulars of the Taurus before we dive into the personality. Here we go. The Taurus zodiac sign takes place from April 21st on through to May 21st. The element is Earth. The quality is fixed. The ruler is the planet Venus. The symbol is the bull. The mode is sensation. And the motto is I have. All right. Let's dive into the breakdown. Here we go. The Taurus sign is the second sign of the zodiac, representing growth and development. It is the first earth sign, and as such is the fully incarnated spirit putting down roots. Taurus represents the nurturing aspects of the ego, to say caring, managing, and maintaining. In human terms, it symbolizes a person's steady growth from childhood to adolescence. And ruled by the planet Venus, Taurus seeks harmony and is concerned with making its surroundings beautiful. Taurus is deeply involved with the material world, and therefore having possessions and establishing security are vital to its existence. Because Taurus is both fixed and an earth sign, it is usually pictured as stubborn and confrontative, like its symbol, the bull. But in the interest of harmony can be surprisingly flexible. Taurus can be seen as an evolutionary stage between Aries and Gemini that transmutes fiery, direct, and uncomplicated energies into more airy, expansive, and changeable ones. Well, all right. That's the breakdown for Taurus. Let's move on to the personality. Here we go. If Taurus signifies the second period of life, say the ages 7 through 14, Taurian can be likened to the child controlling more of its immediate environment, learning what belongs to it and what does not. With possessions come a dual responsibility, learning to put them to use and care for them. Maintenance surfaces as an important theme here, as the child learns that things last longer and work better if they are treated with care. Also, the capacity to share and to trade is developed. Whereas the parents were the main source of support for the first 7 years, the second stage of childhood stresses learning to do things for oneself and moving towards autonomy. With this comes the sometimes painful realization that one is not always the center of attention. Meaningful roles must be established in relation to one's siblings and school friends, and cooperation emerges as an important skill which must be developed. Taurians show a great interest in all physical matters, from sex to food to sports, much as the developing child does. And although setting up and giving shape to projects is one of their strengths, Taurians do not crave constant activity the way Aries do. Indeed, they greatly enjoy repose as well as comfort. And they can also function as acute observers, valuable advisors who are insightful where the activities of others are concerned. Taurians generally develop the capacity to contemplate, carefully map out a strategy, and wait for the right moment to implement their plans. They do run the danger of procrastinating, however, and losing the impulse for action. Taurians like being part of a team, but must retain a large measure of autonomy. Their dominant urges and individuality usually make it difficult for them to stay long in a role of a follower. And in keeping with their reputation for stubbornness, those who work with them may periodically encounter the Taurus bottom line, to say my way or no way. And Taurians may be accused of selfishness. And says, fair enough, they will protect their own interests first, but ultimately they have the best interests of those around them at heart as well. And they live for the people they love. All right. That's been the Taurus breakdown for the personality. Let's move on to some particulars. Get into the finer details if you like here. Here are the periods, all right? You have the Aries, Taurus Cusp segment. The image is power, and it takes place from April 21st on through to the 21st. We also have Taurus 1 with an image of manifestation. Takes place from April 25th on through to May 2nd. Taurus 2 with an image of the teacher, May 3rd on through to the 10th. Taurus 3, which is natural for an image, May 11th on through to the 18th. And the Taurus Gemini cusp, May 19th through to the 21st with an image of energy. Here are some Taurus stones and their uses. You have the rose quartz for soothing and also inspires imagination. The emerald, which promotes learning and enhances self-confidence. And we also have the lapis lazuli, which deepens activities on the material plane. And here are some Taurus colors, all shades of blue and deep green. And the Taurus body areas are the ears, vocal cords, the neck and the throat, also the palate, salivary glands, and the cerebellum. Here are some Taurus keys and their compositions here. Some compositions to go with it. The F major says the Pastoral Symphony and the Spring Sonata by Beethoven. Also, First Brandenburg Concerto, Johann Sebastian Bach, Third Symphony, also Brahms here. E major says Spring from the Four Seasons, Vivaldi, also Harmonious Blacksmith Variations. Also says Handel, E major Violin Concerto. And then with Johann Sebastian Bach, we also have Piano Sonata Opus in 109 by Beethoven. Now, the way that they kind of arrange it there makes it a little confusing, but those are the words there in that particular order. So here we go with some Taurus plants. We have the daisy, the dandelion, as well as the lily. And some Taurus trees and shrubs. We have for April 21st on through to May 12th, the blackthorn and the willow. And from May 13th on through to the 21st, we have the hawthorn. And here are some Taurus attractions. We have Libra, Scorpio, and Capricorn. All right. And finally, let's dive in with some Taurus personalities, some individuals who have a little more notoriety that were born in the period. All right, we have William Shakespeare. We also have Martha Graham, Immanuel Kant, Shirley MacLaine, Fred Astaire, Margot Fonteyn, Duke Ellington, Golda Meir, Karl Marx, Ella Fitzgerald, Jack Nicholson, Coretta Scott King, and John Brown. All right, and that has been the Taurus period from The Secret Language of Birthdays by Gary Goldschneider and Joost. Hope you found something of interest here in this zodiac period breakdown. I know I always learn something new because I end up forgetting something from the last time, like the shades of blue. I thought it was just green. All right, that said, that's been the Taurus zodiac breakdown. Hope you enjoyed yourselves, and we see you for your birthday reading elsewhere on the channel. All right, take care of yourselves.